like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification if you want to be notified what is going on. Rolando Romero versus Ishmael Barroso. All right, man. So we got to get into it. Obviously, it was a bad stoppage. It should have kept going. The referee Tony Weeks is fully to blame in this situation. Anybody saying, "Oh, Rolando Romero this, Rolando Romero that," is obviously cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But here's one thing: I think that a lot of people are saying that the fix is in this and that, which could be true, man. It definitely could be true. I've been saying this for a while. It's weird to me how Javante Tank Davis is losing all of these rounds, and he's still coming up. Once he gets the knockout, he's still coming up on top on the scorecards. If you look at yesterday night, yeah, Rolando Romero was down. He goes down, and in that the stoppage was just a bad stoppage. It looked like he was just trying to get the fight. The ref was really trying to get the fight over with. All right, but here's the thing though, Rolando Romero, how he fought yesterday. Let's talk about how he fought yesterday, where I do not feel like this kid is confident. You know what I'm saying? He just didn't look like he had the confidence in there last night. When he went in there, he looked very, very lost in there, right? He looked like he was just there going through the motions. He wasn't really doing too much, and Barroso was getting that confidence. And then he gets caught. And I think that when he got caught, he obviously didn't get hurt or anything like that. He didn't get hurt, you know what I'm saying? But he did what he did was he was thinking way too much. He was thinking too much inside of the ring. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's what it really was. He was scared to get hit. His confidence just wasn't all the way there. And that's why Ismael Barroso was the guy that was in the way. You know what I'm saying? That's why that opponent was chose for Rolando Romero, was somebody who was gonna give you a pretty tough fight, but he wasn't gonna give you the toughest fight. You were gonna be able to get a knockout, get that confidence back, get you going. You win a belt. All of these new things is for more confidence. But yesterday, obviously, false giving him false confidence is actually worse. You know what I'm saying? Because he went in there and he got caught with a big shot that he got dropped with. Did he get hurt? No, but he got caught with it. So his defense is not always all the way there. His footwork, I mean, he gives you different looks. He moves laterally, but he could get caught, especially with a guy that could cut off the ring. You know what I'm saying? Barroso went in there, did his job. You know what I'm saying? He was there to lose. And at the end of the day, he lost, but he gave a great fight. And I respect dude for that, because he was supposed to, if it wasn't for that stoppage, he would have won that fight. You know what I'm saying? But the guy with the higher ceiling obviously was going to win that fight, and that's Rolando Romero. I think that's why they chose that opponent. You got Floyd Mayweather, Leonard Ellaby. You know what I'm saying? What you think they doing behind the scenes, man? We got to be serious about it. You know what I'm saying? They called the money team. You know what I'm saying? They spreading money around. That's what they doing. They spreading money around. It's simple as that. And they giving that's what they're doing. You know, Tony Weeks, that was a really bad stoppage. I've seen Tony Weeks. He's a good ref, yo, and that's the thing. He's a good ref. You know what I'm saying? But that was a horrible stoppage. I don't know why that would ever have been a stoppage. I mean, even if you go back, look at the replay, he didn't get touched. He got touched one time to the chest. You know what I'm saying? Was nothing. What's going on? HLD, what's good, bro? How you been, man? But he didn't even get touched in that sequence when they was throwing when he was Rolando Romero was throwing those punches. He didn't even get touched. Now, what was he looking at? I think that what he was seeing was that this guy was fatigued. He started to slow down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He started to get gasping for air. That might have been it. You know what I'm saying? He was just tired. But being tired does not it is not a result to stop a fight. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Um, And Barroso, he wasn't gonna go in there to have the full endurance stamina. He didn't have that type of camp. Come on, we talking about a dude he coming from, you know what I'm saying? He's coming from he's just coming to get that check, man. He's like, man, fuck that. We coming to get that check, but he's gonna give you a good fight. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, Rolando Romero has the higher ceiling. It was no way Barrosa. How can you sell this old dude? You know what I'm saying? How can you sell? Think about it. Who's gonna sell this old guy? You know what I'm saying? If he wins the WBA, nobody's gonna. It's just not gonna generate any type of money. Not for them, at least, right? So we got to see how that takes goes into play. But man, yeah, Tony Money Team Weeks is crazy for that stoppage. It just makes zero sense to me. Makes zero sense. I mean, we've seen bad stoppages. We've seen it before. We've seen when guys get robbed. But it gets magnified with Rolando Romero because of the fact that I mean, I think you know, I don't know, man. The kid I don't know why it gets magnified with Rolly, but it see, and that's another thing, Mayweather and Ellaby, obviously they paying off the commission and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But for the good fighters, you know what I'm saying? They have their fighters, they're gonna pay off the commission, pay off the ref, you know what I mean? But Rolando Romero simply just has to go in there and show up. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to, get knocked down, this and that. Just stay the fuck away from this dude. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna win on the cards, no problem. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just don't get that shit, man. It's just crazy. Antonio Russell for originally pulling out versus Puello before testing positive, saying he wasn't a big enough name. Man, oh my goodness. So yeah, so I was wondering what, because I remember Alberto Puello was WBA champ at 140, but he tested positive, right? And now Rolando Romero gets the shot. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? Hey man, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Fake it till you make it, man. Rolly needs Rolly needs 10 tune-ups, man. Let's make this fight with Ryan Garcia. Get that man three to four tune-ups. Try to make a fight with Ryan Garcia. That would be a really good fight for Rolando Romero. You know what I'm saying? I like the kid, man. Rolly is one of my favorite fighters just because he talks so much shit. You know what I'm saying? He's entertaining. He's funny as shit. Everything he says, you know what I'm saying? He has a speech impediment, but it's just funny. It comes off funny. You know what I mean? Because that you don't run into dudes that talk like that every single day. You know what I'm saying? So the kid's are fucking hilarious to me. He says funny shit out of his mouth. You know what I'm saying? And that I like him. Not his boxing skill, obviously. You know what I'm saying? His boxing skill is just rugged. You know what I'm saying? He just goes in there and but see, yesterday was a different story, man. He looked gun shy. He didn't look fully confident. You know what I'm saying? And that's what yesterday's fight was supposed to be, that confident booster, but a fake confidence booster. You know what I'm saying? Because the ref stopped it, and not in because you was landing shit. Not because you were accurate. No, it's just because money was spread around after the fight. If the flurry went off, you know what I'm saying? Stop the fight. That was the key. If a flurry goes off, stop the fight. Simple as that. It's very simple. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't even have to be accurate. You know what I'm saying? But a good fight for him, Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia. That's a great fight for him. You know what I'm saying? 50-50 fucking fight right there, man. Look, and Barroso did a better job than Gervonta Davis against Rolly. I'm not even sugarcoat. He did a better job. Obviously he didn't get that one hit quitter, this and that, but Rolando Romero was doing way better against Gervonta Davis until Gervonta Davis hit him with the hit quitter. You know what I'm saying? He was literally doing a really good job against Gervonta Davis. In my opinion, I thought he was winning that fucking fight. You know what I'm saying? Barossa, hell no. But it's just his confidence, man. His confidence. Before that, he had it taken an L, so he still had that little swag in him. He was still staying away from Gervonta Davis, of course. He was still staying away from him. And he was moving. You know what I'm saying? But he got caught, lost his confidence. Simple as that. Romero won a vacant belt, which by WBA rules, he's supposed to defend it next versus a mandatory in 120 days. We'll see if that happens. Yo, he might, but the mandatory, you know, the mandatory is gonna be. It's gonna be Juan Pablo from from Mexico, who's uh 10 wins and 15 losses, something like that. You know what I'm saying? We know that. We already know who the mandatory is gonna be. They're gonna be like, yeah, this was the mandatory, but they're gonna keep that fight alive, man. They're gonna keep Rolly alive. The reason I say they're gonna keep him alive is because once he goes into, they want that fight with Ryan Garcia. That's the fight they want. That's the fight that they want, is that fight with Ryan Garcia. And I think that makes it makes happen. You know, they had the huge fight, Rolly, Javante Davis, Ryan Garcia, Javante Davis, and Ryan Garcia, Rolando Romero, and then Rolando Romero against another good dude. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. That'll be crazy. And Rolando Romero is getting adjusted to the 140 pound. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he might have been a little bit more shaky. You know what I'm saying? I think that's exact. I think it was a combination with his confidence, him moving up in weight, but the power wasn't all the way there either. You know what I'm saying? Did he catch? Was he accurate? Definitely not. He wasn't accurate. He didn't catch Barroso with, and let me talk about the knockdown. Yeah, the knockdown was a push. You know what I'm saying? He pushed him. That was horrible, horrible, horrible. That should have been looked over and taken away. I'm not too sure if they did that. You know what I'm saying? Because I knocked out right after the fight, but I was in and out type shit. But that if it wasn't, then that should have been taken away. And if it was, then good, because it was a push. That was a push. That was a blatant push. You know what I'm saying? It was blatant. They had to take that off. And that was just bad, man. And I've seen fights where they'll take if they make a mistake, they'll go back, they'll rewatch. The one time that Mauricio Suleiman runs up and he's talking about, hey, that wasn't a knockdown. I can't even remember the fucking fight. That was like last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? When he's like, oh, that wasn't a knockdown. And then they go back, oh, yeah, it wasn't a knockdown. It wasn't a knockdown. Just because Mauricio Suleiman said it. Come on. This sport is fucking corrupt. We've seen this shit. This shit is corrupt as fuck. I think it was an undercard fight, if I'm not mistaken. And Mauricio Suleiman runs over. He tells the commission, he says, that wasn't a knockdown. He slipped. The ref goes in there and waves off the knockdown because he said it wasn't a knockdown. You know what I'm saying? That right there is no reason why the WBC president should be running to the commission telling them that was a slip. You know what I'm saying? That shit is bullshit. I mean, the sport is corrupt as fuck. I mean, we know that though. I mean, ain't nothing to get mad about. You know what I'm saying? Shit's corrupt. You know, and people gonna get their money, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing that nobody could do to change this sport. You know, it's nothing that you could say. You could be pissed. You could be mad. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I don't like it, but they gotta get their money. They gonna get their money, homie. So what it is, what it is. Brandon Lee versus Romero. Ooh. And we've seen the vulnerability from Brandon Lee. We've seen the vulnerability. You know what I'm saying? Brandon Lee is an up and coming fighter. Remember, but after his last fight, what did Brandon Lee say? In the commentary, they were saying that Brandon Lee wanted he wanted to step up. He wanted to take the fight to the next level. And he said that he wanted to fight Romero. technical difficulties. Jesus Christ, man. Fucking phone overheating. But what was I saying, man? Brandon Lee versus Romero would be a great fight, dog. That would be a great fight. But remember, Brandon Lee, we seen the vulnerability in Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee's been knocked down as well. And after his last fight, the commentary was saying that Brandon Lee wanted to step up. And after the fight, Brandon Lee was like, we want to keep going at this pace, these competition. But a fight with Rolando Romero, I mean, damn, you got to take that deal. You know what I'm saying? You got to take that. You got to take that because that's cakewalk. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a guy, like we said, this is a guy that started fighting at 17 years old. You know what I'm saying? Came from judo. This dude, he's not really a fight. He's not polished. You know what I'm saying? He don't have those fundamentals. A guy like Brandon Lee could definitely take advantage of that with the fundamentals and everything that he's had to overcome. He knows how to fight. You know what I'm saying? He's a fighter. You know, I like Brandon Lee's style. Brandon Lee is one of the top dudes, man. He's gonna be that. He's gonna be one of those top dudes. You know what I'm saying? He definitely can be one of those top dudes. I'm excited for Brandon Lee's career. You know, and I like the way he's moving. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's not going to all the way to the top just yet. You know what I mean? But if a fight with Rolando Romero happens, I mean, it comes about, you got to take that. That would be a great fight, dog. You know what I'm saying? But I highly doubt they're going to put him in there with Brandon Lee. You know, I think it's going to be Juan Pablito from Guanajuato and Mexico. He's going to be like 15-30, bro. You know how they do, man. These dudes, they going to get their money. They gonna champion this dude like they doing Isaac Cruz. You know what I'm saying? The PBC ain't got no stars, man. They trying to build stars. We see Rolly Romero on a main event. We see Isaac Cruz main event. You know, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? The PBC is losing stars. You know, when Earl Spence is not fighting, or Showtime is putting on these ridiculous main events, you know, these guys, they're trying to market these dudes. I mean, hey, good for them. You know what I'm saying? But for the fights, for the fighters, the fight fans, I don't know, dog. I don't know how I feel about that. You know what I'm saying? But when you ain't got Earl Spence fighting, you know, I mean, and Javante right now on house arrest, you know what I'm saying? Hey, shit, they putting on whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, share, man. Subscribe, hit that bell notification, and we out, man. Tony Money Team Weeks ruined the fight, dog. He ruined the fight because Barroso, you know, obviously it was going the cards were stacked against him. You know what I'm saying? And Rolly was starting to come on a little bit strong, like he started gaining confidence, you know, but still though, man, you gotta let it play out. You have to let it play out. And that's why a lot of fans have a bad taste in their mouths today, man, because they're like, yo, that fight could have kept going, man. You never know. Barroso could have pulled something off. He could have won that fight. You know what I'm saying? You basically just, you know, this dude, he would have changed his life. You know what I'm saying? He would have changed his life. That opportunity, that victory, that would have changed his life. And they took that away from him. You know what I'm saying? And we've seen this time and time again in the sport of boxing. And I don't think it's fair at all, to be honest. I don't think that's fair. Uh, Especially when you're not connecting. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get punched with anything to be like, oh, okay, he got punched or something. He was getting dizzy eyed. He started getting a little dizzy. You know what I'm saying? All he was just tired. That's it. He was just tired. He didn't get hurt. I don't believe he got hurt by something huge from Rolando Romero. He barely touched him throughout the fight. You know what I'm saying? And the one time that was a knockdown, it was a push. It wasn't a knockdown. A complete. It was off of a punch, but also the pushes what actually threw him off balance. He didn't get up and bitch or nothing. Reason why he didn't was because he was tired. He was tired. Simple as that, man. But we out, man. Peace.